Good morning. How you guys doing? This Mike back with the thought of the day on August 5th, 2025. First, I want to give honor and praise to the Elohim of Israel for giving me the strength and the wisdom to bring you this message. Then I like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today, I want to talk about the prayers and the things that we need for our youth. Our youth are facing some tough times right now. As many of you know, I work at a facility in the adolescent department, and we deal with the youth, substance abuse, behavior abuse, things of that nature. And I notice a trend with some kids, and I notice a trend with kids that's not in these kind of programs. And we got to pray for them hard, people. We got to pray hard because they have so many forces pulling at them that we didn't have growing up. When I was in school, it was about 80% of the kids really just went to school, did their thing, chilled out. You had your 20% that would be in the back of the school smoking weed, drinking, gambling, doing all that kind of stuff, but they were the minority. Now, they're the majority. Now, it's 90% of the kids are in it trying to use some kind of substance, and there's a very small amount of kids that's really trying to do things and walk the right way. And a lot of it comes from the lack of God. When we were young, somebody in your family, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, somebody or your dad or somebody had you into a church, in somebody's church. Even though we learn it right now, the doctrine might not have been right, but it taught us boundaries. It taught us a line that we wasn't going to go across in certain areas. Now, God is not involved. So now they got phones, they got access to everything. There's the celebrities, the sports figures, everybody around them on Instagram is smoking weed and doing this and doing that. So it's so many different forces that pulling on these kids. We gotta pray for them, man. We gotta pray for them. It's tough for a kid, you know what I'm saying, that leaves a facility like this and goes out. What do? We could do all the work we can in here, but when he gets home, 90% of the people he's around are going to be using. And so we got to pray that the Holy Spirit touches their heart to be able to have them find that 10% and really want to be a part of that 10%, willing to really put in the work to try to be sober. Because when I go speak at different schools, when I went to go speak at Trent High School and I was walking through the hallway, like everybody had vapes. And I'm just not saying that, I'm just using it as an example. Most of the schools I go through, everybody got vapes, man. They just walking down the hallway vape. And when we was young, you had to roll the blunt, you had to cut it and do all of this. The blunt made mad smoke everywhere. Now they just take the joint out their pocket, get a couple hits. It don't make a lot of smoke, so you might not smell that much, and then they go about their day. But it's so normal. When we was growing up, the drug dealer was the person in the rap song. Now it's the addict. Now it's popular to be an addict, and that's the forces that the young kids are going against, man. We got to pray for them. Get your kids in the morning and pray that spirit off of them. Pray that protection over them so they can be guarded because Satan is coming. And they have our kids under a lot of control, man. They're not throwing the music. It's hard when I'm working with boys and working with people to try to get that mindset of that drill music up out of them. It's so hard. We can't get the drill music out of them, man. It's a tough situation. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep praying. Come on, man. Let's really get our youth and really pray for our youth because they need us right now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.